Welcome back to Sports Fans Only with your boy, Sean Mack. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video and share the video. Appreciate y'all. On deck, we talking about Manny Pacquiao news. Now, when Manny and Barrios had that fight immediately after, they were saying that Rolly had called him out. Not called him out. He said he'd like that to be his next fight. Manny said he was down. And I was like, that was going to be a good fight. Because even though Manny Pacquiao is never that entertaining, he's kind of quiet. He put them hands on in the ring. He do his show in the ring. But Rolly, great character. He should be in the WWE. He's that type of character. So I knew he could sell that fight. But now they're saying that Rolly has a mandatory that he has to fight. And this guy called Lewis Crocker is willing to fight Manny Pacquiao. He's calling him out, and I'll be honest, I don't know every boxer and every score and every team and all that. So Lewis Crocker wasn't really on my radar, but the more I did a little research and learned about him, he looks pretty good. He looked pretty good his last fight. He wasn't expecting to win. He was hella happy, almost crying in the ring when he won the belt, but he owes the IBF. And I can tell you this, Manny Pacquiao should only fight at this age. He should only fight for belts. So when I found out that this guy Crocker holds the belt, the IBF, I was like, okay, that's a good fight for Manny Pacquiao. Now, is it a good fight for boxing? Yes, because Manny Pacquiao is always good for boxing. Whenever he's in the ring, it's a good thing for boxing. And of course, I'm a huge Manny Pacquiao fan. If you watch this channel around the time of the Manny fight with Barrios, you know I'm a huge Manny Pacquiao fan. And I said it every chance I can get that I'm a huge Manny Pacquiao fan. So I definitely will be rooting for Manny Pacquiao versus Lewis Crocker if they actually get into the ring and do battle. But I would have to see, what does Crocker like? How does he train? What's his favorite punch? Does he have good defense? Does he have good footwork? But I definitely will go for Manny Pacquiao as well. But the one thing I can do by studying him is tell you how Manny Pacquiao can and possibly will beat him. Crocker is 28 years old, so he's no spring chicken, especially in the sport of boxing. But he's definitely not Manny Pacquiao, right? But Manny Pacquiao's a legend, so he'll be able to fight that way until he's almost 50. I give him that. He won't fight till 50. Don't get me wrong, I didn't say that. But Manny will be able to hop in the ring and show some skills until he's 50. Crocker, he gets the IBF a little late in his career, so we'll see where he goes from here. It's not 100% sure because they say it's still a chance that Rolly and the Manny fight still might happen. He might not have to fight the mandatory. I'm not sure how he would keep his belt if he don't face the mandatory, but you know, one of the Charlos held the belt for years and wasn't even active, and they never took it away from him or made him fight a mandatory. So who knows with boxing? One of the most corrupt sports that's out there. It's always have been and it always will be. But it's one of those things that we've grown accustomed to. We need to fight back, but that's another video for another day. So what we're going to do is this. I'm going to read this little article about Manny Pacquiao and the possible Lewis Crocker fight, and possibly still might be able to make that Rolly fight happen. And I'll be back to spit some more of that hot fire. Holla. This is from DAZN. IBF welterweight world champion Lewis Crocker camp has made contact with Manny Pacquiao's team over a potential bout. 8-division champion Pacquiao returned to the sport after 4 years in retirement in July, earning a credible draw with WBC title holder Mario Barrios. Despite being 46, Pacquiao impressed against a fighter 16 years his younger, with many feeling that the Filipino had done enough to win that bout. Pacquiao's star power has remained intact, with plenty of reigning champions and big names calling out the veteran, including Conor Benn and the WBA belt holder Rolly Romero. Romero and Pacquiao have been in negotiations regarding a clash for some time now, with previous reports suggesting that a fight was close to being made. However, the WBA recently ordered Romero to defend his 147 title against Sharakum, throwing Pacquiao's fight into doubt. Crocker's team have sensed an opportunity, with the Northern Irishman's manager Jamie Conlon getting in touch with Pacquiao's camp. He told BBC Sports, quote, "I reached out to Manny Pacquiao's team. They are trying to do Romero, but if that can't be done, then we're gonna have communications. What a rise it would be to fight Manny Pacquiao," end quote. The 28-year-old Crocker became a world champion for the first time in September when he defeated rival Paddy Donovan by split decision in a rematch. Carl Frampton, a fellow Northern Irishman who reigned as a world champion, believes a fight with Pacquiao would be incredible. The fighter turned pundit told DAZN News, "There's talk of Manny Pacquiao. He's looking at an opponent. He's got a date, and he's looking for Lewis Crocker against Manny Pacquiao in Vegas. I would have to be there for sure." Quote, that could be an incredible fight, and he would beat someone like Manny Pacquiao. He's got opportunity. The world is the kid's oyster. This is great for him, end quote. However, just as Pacquiao's fight with Romero is under threat due to mandatory challenges, Crocker may also be occupied by orders from another sanctioning body. The IBF has ordered Australian Lima Perot to face Donovan in a final eliminator for Crockett's world title. But with Perot and Donovan yet to agree on a purse and a time and a date, or the fight, Crocker still has time to make a voluntary defense against any opponent he chooses to. Yep, that's that boxing mumbo jumbo for you, what I spoke on earlier. Well, he has to fight him, but then we're going to take this belt away as soon as he win this belt, but then he has to go fight his mandatory when you have other guys who has held on to belts for maybe 2 to 3 years and has only had 2 to 3 fights, or maybe 1 or 2 fights within them 2 to 3 years, but those people get to keep them belts. So I never understand when the mandatory is coming by, but each sanctioning body and belt has their own rules. So I don't know, we need one sanctioning body in boxing, not one belt, one sanctioning body that calls all the rules, because you get BS like this. He want to fight him, but then he got to fight him. It is what it is. I call it boxing mumbo jumbo. But I will tell you this. Whoever gets into that ring with Manny Pacquiao, I got Manny Pacquiao beating him by unanimous decision. That's just the way that it go. I'm a Manny Pacquiao fan. I think he's the best. On that note, I've been Sean Mack, and this is Sports Fans Only. Holla.